Attitudable opens the door to a new world of people transforming lives and the way we do business. This is a space to share ideas, dreams, experiences with the conviction that attitudable humans can attain anything. Would you like to thrive in today's communications? Well, welcome to our podcast. Today, we are honored to have with us Ashlee Jones. Ashlee is a coaching professional and speaker who aims to deliver education, inspiration, and entertainment to a variety of audiences. She strives to make every event a memorable experience, placing a large emphasis on delivering actionable content. Welcome to our podcast, Ashlee.
Hello, how are you? I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks you for your time and for being here with us today. Would you like to add something to your introduction that I just mentioned, the basics of your long career?
Sure. Well, I have about, in addition to that, 10 years of experience in human resources, talent acquisition, diversity, and inclusion. So I've been fortunate to have a pretty progressive career in that area. In addition to that, I also am the CEO and founder of the Recruiting Guru Inc., where I assist professionals with transforming their careers and taking them to the next level through resume writing, LinkedIn writing, and career coaching. I also assist business owners with developing and monetizing their online presence through LinkedIn.
Awesome. So you are like the expert on LinkedIn.
Yes, I call myself the guru on LinkedIn.
Yes, you have an amazing community. I mean, a lot of followers, a very big community. How do you manage that? Do you manage that yourself or do you have help for all the people?
Yeah, currently I'm still managing it myself. I have considered getting a team to assist me with that. But I really like the aspect of being able to connect personally with individuals and actually handle responses myself. I just really enjoy and I'm kind of passionate about connecting with people. So that piece I still manage myself.
And does it take a lot of time from your daily work?
It can, depending on the day. So I'm pretty strategic now that I've had some time to kind of work out the kinks and understand how the audience response. I'm pretty strategic about when I post to make sure that I have time to respond in a decent amount of time.
Ah, perfect. Yes, because time sometimes is, I mean, if you are not disciplined enough, the day goes by so fast and you can't manage it all.
Yes, it's very hard. And LinkedIn, I've given them a suggestion a couple of times. If they had some type of like out of office feature or something, that would be really helpful. Because I get so many, I average on a day that I'm not posting, I average over 50 messages in my inbox. But if I post, it gets a lot bigger, especially if I'm posting a job opportunity or I'm asking for people to reach out or send referrals. It can exceed 100. It's exceeded 120 before. So it is hard to respond at
Wow,
the time. Yeah.
I imagine. And how often do you recommend to post if you are like a freelancer offering a
Mhm.
service in LinkedIn?
Sure. I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer to it. If you're just posting to your timeline on LinkedIn, I think 2 to 3 times a week is perfectly fine. There are some individuals that post on a daily basis, but as far as strategic posting, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. For example, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, where it's every other day and you're kind of touching your audience. I think that you should spend some time on LinkedIn every day. So commenting on other people's posts and connecting that way, that's something you should do daily. if you're looking at actually writing or featuring content on your profile, using LinkedIn as an area to write blogs or publish videos, that's something that you can do less often.
Awesome. Yes, because it really takes time when you are not accustomed. For example, me, that I'm a translator, like
Mm-hmm.
writing or posting. Sometimes you don't know if perhaps the news will be interested for your audience
Mm-hmm.
or for the people you want to reach or you want to be read by. So it's
Yes,
hard sometimes, or it takes
it is.
courage to say, well, okay, I'll post it. Let's see what
Yes,
happens.
yes.
Awesome. And I read on your resume, on your LinkedIn profile, in fact, that you were awarded the LinkedIn Power User. Can you tell us about that award? What is it about?
Sure, sure. So I was shocked and pleasantly surprised when I heard about the award. When I was awarded, I didn't know about it at the time. So I'm not sure if you've ever heard of LinkedIn Talent Connect, but it's a conference that LinkedIn puts on an annual basis.
Mm.
Um, so during that conference, they award a group of recruiters with this LinkedIn Power User Award. Essentially, it's in the top 10% of individuals who have LinkedIn recruiter licenses. And it's determined on how many people respond when you reach out, and kind of your presence on the personal side of the network as well, engagement. They have a lot of different things that go into it. So with that being said, I was awarded the award and I placed number 14 out of 300,000 recruiters.
Wow, awesome.
Yes. It
Wow.
was pretty exciting. I think the top 100 is who receives the award.
Wow, congratulations. Well, awesome. Ashley, congratulations on that award.
Thank you so much.
Fabulous. So you were able to manage your career. You
Mhm.
grew on your career, your family, your business, everything. How did you
Yes.
manage all that all together?
Prayer.
I imagine.
I couldn't do anything without a calendar, a master calendar that kind of syncs everything together.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can be a little chaotic, but it's really just kind of prioritizing tasks and projects that I have. I've learned a lot over the years as to how to manage it. So I have certain time frames where I'll post on LinkedIn or engage with the audience there. And then, of course, with my corporate role, I'm required to be at work a certain amount of hours. So I know
Mhm.
that's priority during that time. And with my business, I found it helpful to kind of automate some of the processes for my business, and to extend some of the timelines that I offer services for. And I make sure I'm very realistic and transparent so that my clients, are aware, what they can expect from me.
Awesome. So we just prioritize and it works. I mean, you can manage all in a day because the day has the same hours for all of us,
Yes.
isn't it? And even more
Yes,
today,
yes,
in these very uncertain times, with all the difficulties that we are facing all over the world, in the States,
yes.
in South America, everywhere. How do you handle all your business, or how do you keep on working or trying to move forward and to keep track of all, despite all the difficulties ahead? What do you?
Yes, for me, it's definitely been an adjustment, because I still have work responsibilities. I'm still in the corporate world. I'm a business owner. I'm a parent who now has children at home who need assistance with schoolwork and who want my attention. So, I've really just tried to, one, dedicate time for personal for myself, which is something that, I can take full ownership in. That has always been a struggle for me. I'm a workaholic. If you don't come tap me on the shoulder to eat lunch, I probably won't eat it. So it has been actually helpful having my sons at home, because they've made me aware that I won't stop or I won't take a break. That I'll see them come to bring me a bottle of water and a muffin. Mom, are you going to eat lunch? I'm like, I haven't ate lunch today. You're right. So I've, taken that hint from them, and with them being so present and watching what I'm doing, I've created calendar blocks where I block a dedicated hour for lunch, where I have to get up away from the computer and do something other than work. And I do the same thing in the afternoon. Because I'm a business owner, I tend to work a lot in the evening, and I generally work most weekends. So I've made sure that I've at least set 2 time spaces a day where I can step away from work. I've also am in the process of making an office space so that I won't just sit in the bed on my laptop, or sit on the couch on my laptop, and I can separate those spaces as well. So it's actually been very helpful being at home with my children, because they make you more aware of what you're doing, and I want to be an example for them. I don't want them to, form some of the habits that I've had in the past as well.
Yes, hopefully they have a different way of handling or working in the future for
Yes,
sure.
I hope so.
Who knows which are the jobs or how they will be working in
Oh,
10
yeah.
years.
Yes.
The word will definitely be
Change it.
other, different.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
right. And Ashlee, what would, if you can, like, give us a short advice or your recommendation on how to tell our story or tell our story, like our life, professional life
Mm-hmm.
in LinkedIn, like to catch or attract the attention of the future companies or people who
Mm-hmm.
would, we would like to have as clients. What do you recommend to include or not to include in a story, in a professional story and
Yeah.
personal as well, because we are like a mix, no? We are humans
Mm,
with with a career and with education.
we are. We are. I think what really allows you to tell your story and connect with your audience is being true to yourself, being authentic. Everyone loves a good story. But like most, you can kind of read in between the lines. A lot of people can tell when someone's not being genuine, and they want to know that you're human. And that's something that I challenge myself with as well, to not, make sure that I'm extra polished or that my hair has to be a certain way. When I go speak at a conference, or when I'm, speaking to somebody via a podcast like I am with you today, because people want to know that you're human. They want to connect to your story and be able to connect to you. Everything else comes natural. Whatever your strength is, or whatever you're the SME of, that information you already have. You can share that, to the world, and you can be passionate about it. But they want to see you, and they want to see that you're human. So for me, when I'm talking, if I'm in a meeting at work and my son comes and taps me on the shoulder, guess what? I have a child. I'm a parent. I can do both of these things. And people who are under me or other people in the organization can say, hey, it's possible for me. She has a son. I have a child too. I can still move up and do that. And I think you have to make that connection. And that's what makes the difference when you are formalizing your story for the world.
Yes. And do you usually recommend to also share, for example, news or um, articles of interest for us that are perhaps not specifically related to our profession. For example, me as a translator, a linguist, a communicator, is it
Mhm.
advisable if I share, for example, news that I am also interested in, but perhaps they are not closely related to the type of business or the business that I have and the issues that I handle? Is it
Sure.
advisable to share whatever news?
Yes, I think you can definitely share information. I share posts and articles all the time. I actually, interesting enough, about a week and a half ago, I shared an article about a retailer who basically formalized a company holiday here for Juneteenth. Has nothing to do with my career, my profession, my job, but it's now I'm attached to it, and it's a trending article. So it's been shared over 1,000 times on LinkedIn.
I read it. Yes,
Sharing
very
it. Yeah.
interesting. Yes.
Yes, so it's a good article. It wasn't necessarily tied in to what I do, but people want to hear my opinion. I'm a human. I may be in HR or I may be a speaker, but I have opinions and feelings about things that are going on in the world. And just as I do, other professionals do as well. So one thing that you can do, LinkedIn has hashtags. You can follow a hashtag. You can look at what some of the trending articles are. And if you see something of interest to you, share it and vocalize your opinion.
Awesome. So you take your time to express yourself, be open on that, for example, issue of the holiday that I think it's awesome because I have the US calendar. And I
Mm-hmm.
always saw that I have always seen like June and then I said, what's that? And now that it's a holiday and all the things
Yes.
that you wrote, I understand what does it
It
mean and everything. It's very powerful.
is. And it allows you to make an impact in another way. I mean, I can have a conversation amongst friends, but when I have a large audience on LinkedIn, this is a way for me to express my opinion. And even if just one person reads my opinion and can say, hey, I never thought about it that way, that's enough for me.
Awesome. And sometimes I imagine that for having so many followers and all that, perhaps you have or everything that comments or gives you a useful comment, or sometimes in like they say haters and not good
Mm-hmm.
people that sometimes tend to be, I don't know, more envious or whatever, and tend to
Mm-hmm.
mm, you know to does it happen to
Yes.
you or not? Did it
Oh yes, definitely. I get a lot of positive comments. Sometimes, my opinion may be a controversial topic. So I have had negative comments so as well. And I actually welcome the negative comments.
you are ready you are ready to face them?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, for one thing, it helps me trend higher on LinkedIn when I
Yeah.
have comments, and it generally causes other people to engage now. I definitely don't like seeing comments that are derogatory or just completely
No.
order, but I am totally fine with having an open debate, understanding your perspective, sharing my perspective, and coming to some common ground. I actually responded to somebody who disagreed with something I posted earlier this week, and he responded and said, I hope that you didn't take offense to what I wasn't trying to be offensive. This is just my opinion. And I responded, I said, I didn't take offense at all. I just wanted you to understand my perspective. And when I said reach out to me privately, I 100% meant that. I'm involved in the community. I'm working on a couple of different projects. If you're as passionate as you say you are, come on aboard. So that's been a way for me to connect and meet other people as well.
Yes, you have to face the music when you have so much exposure, as you say.
Yes, yes. You have to be prepared for it, which is why I won't, you know, uh, share or comment or vocalize an opinion that is not 100% aligned with my values and my own beliefs. And as long as you're sticking true to what that is, the core of yourself, then you should feel comfortable, sharing that information.
Okay.
But I don't agree with being forced to share content that I won't stand by.
Yes, you are like the one who decides what to share and what not to share or comment as well.
Exactly. You have complete control of that. And I do know individuals, who work for different companies and their companies want them to share specific things or go share this or, tell the community about this is what we're doing. For me, I have complete control over what I share on my page that I own.
Yes,
So if I'm not 100% aligned, I won't share it.
that's awesome. And
Mhm.
just to round up the interview, what is like the recommendation or the number one advice that you may share with the audience that you recommend to, like the first or the most fundamental thing that you have to do in LinkedIn to be more
Sure.
visible and have more engagement?
Yeah, well, I think one of them we kind of talked about, which is just kind of being authentic and leveraging your authenticity. Doing that in itself is what allows you to truly leverage the power of LinkedIn, which is connection, right? So taking those connections and building strategic relationships is the key takeaway for me from LinkedIn. I've met so many individuals. I've received offers to sit on boards, speaking at conferences. My last few job opportunities, all those have come simply by me leveraging connections via LinkedIn. So I try to tell people when you're first starting out, just challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to make 2 posts a week. When you get comfortable with 2 posts a week, move to 3 posts a week. If you're not sure what to say, share an article and ask a question about what you're sharing. That is kind of really how you start and how you get connected with people. LinkedIn also has a lot of groups that you can join where you'll have similar minded professionals, or you may have similar interests. You can join those groups to connect and learn about topics and things that are trending in those areas. So the true power of LinkedIn is really leveraging the connections that you make on there.
Awesome. Very useful. We'll do that. We have to
Yeah.
apply that and make the mark that on our calendars, as you say, because sometimes the week goes by so quickly
Goes by.
and you realize, I didn't post anything.
Yeah, and you know what? You can pre-plan it. That helps for me. Um,
Mhm.
so, I will probably sit down tomorrow afternoon and write down 2 or 3 posts and just have them ready. That way, when I wake up Monday, here's number one. Wednesday, I can do number one. And that way it's already built out and I don't have to think about it.
Ah, that's awesome. You are
Mhm.
very organized. Well, Ashley, thanks a lot. I will write down all your social media, your
Mhm.
LinkedIn. You are also in Facebook, Instagram,
Mhm.
and you
Yes.
have your website. No?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
We'll write all that for people to connect with you and also
Awesome.
ask for your services, your coaching, because you can work from all over the world. I mean, you
Mhm.
don't have to be there.
You don't have to. Yep. And I've worked with clients outside of the US as
Awesome.
well. So I'm open to it.
Well, thanks a lot, Ashley. Have a very beautiful day and thanks for your time and all your expertise.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will